Hi girls, my name's Hayley Quinn and I'm a sex, dating and relationships expert for onlinedating.org, and I'm here to chat to you about 3 tips for cyber flirting with guys. My first tip would be to actually cut it short. I wouldn't get into long exchanges of emails, Facebook messages, instant messaging or Skype calls unless you're in a long distance relationship. If you don't have the ability to see him, you're not going out on a date, hold out, show that you've got more going on in your life, that you don't want to stay up till midnight G-chatting with him. So instead I want you to cut it short, appear unavailable, and this is going to give him the impetus he needs to ask you out on a proper date. So if you don't have the logistics to meet, don't let the conversation run on and on. What you'll probably find is either you'll run out of things to talk about, or that you'll end up crossing over onto subjects that are perhaps much more sexual than you would do normally if you were having a conversation face to face in person. So be wary of this, be wary of the impression that you're giving across, and if you want to be girlfriends as opposed to just hooking up with him, you want to hold out and cut your conversation short. On top of cutting your conversation short, always try and leave him wanting more. If you're having a Skype or a web chat, it can be very, very tempting to get suddenly incredibly sexy and show him, flash him a body part or do a dance or anything like that. However, that's not kind of the thing you want to be doing if you're trying to develop your relationship into a formal relationship. Instead, you can even tease him and pretend that you're about to do a strip tease or flash him in your bra and then be like, no, you've got to be kidding me, I'd never do this over the internet. Who do you think I am? Tease him about it and leave him wanting more. End the conversation early and tease him to the point where he's desperate for it to become sexual, but you don't let it become sexual. This will drive him insane. So also alongside that, I would advise only swapping pictures and video material of you with all your clothes on, at least until you're in a fully fledged relationship and you know this person, you can really trust them, as the last thing you'd want is a picture of you topless to be syndicated on your work email. I also think there's a good thing in what you're actually saying to not be too overt. On top of the images you're displaying and how much time you're spending online, sometimes avoiding language that is overly explicit can actually be a lot sexier. Hint to things, use full amount of ellipses, that's those ... Say that you're imagining things, you're thinking about things. The second he tries to push the conversation in an overtly sexual and explicit direction where you're going to be referencing certain body parts and acts, I would actually just go quiet. I wouldn't respond for maybe a minute or two, break the pace of the interaction. He's going to then be sitting there worrying why you're not playing ball. And so if you hold out a bit more, you hold back, you allude to things, you're suggestive, but you never use any explicit language, it's going to give him all the more reason to figure out what's going on behind that computer screen. He'll want to meet you in person, get to know you, and you'll retain your air of mystery. If you talk about all of the crazy things you're going to do to him before you meet him in person, you're going to build up a huge expectation for your actual date, and even when you're there, he's going to be thinking of you automatically in incredibly sexual terms and might not be paying full attention to the wonderful other qualities that you have to offer. Anyway guys, or in fact girls, my name's Hayley Quinn and this has been a sex, dating and relationship advice video for onlinedating.org.